You're listening to the Nothing Podcast with Nobody Important, where a group of nobodies speak to an actual somebody. And now your hosts, John and Frank.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Frank.
I'm John.
And you're listening to the Nothing Podcast.
With Nobody Important.
Today, guys, we're talking all things plants.
That's right. We had a friend of ours who's a botanist come on.
A botanist.
We figured it's funny because you don't think plants in the winter, but it is a big season for plants. You got poinsettias, you got different kinds of Christmas trees, all the lighting that goes on the plants.
Yeah.
That's all sort of tied in together. And so we wanted to know a little bit about that. He's a big Christmas fan, as most people tend to be, but he's a real Christmas queen.
He identifies himself as Christmas queen. That's right.
I mean, he is. He was coronated. I was there.
Oh, you were there. How was it?
Yeah, it
it
was great. Yeah.
Okay. Did he do the plants for it?
All of it.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
So Matt is hilarious. He taught us a lot about plants, about moments in his life that are serious.
Yeah, we got into talking about some pretty serious topics because, and I say this in the show too, I think the misconception a lot of the time with this show is that it's about jobs, and it's not about jobs. It's about the people who do the jobs.
Right.
So it got a little serious. This episode definitely gets a little serious, but I think in a very good and unique kind of way.
Yeah, it is the botany episode, but I think if we ever had a subheading, it would just be called The Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Initially we wanted to call the episode The Anxious Botanist. But I think we're burying the lead a little bit.
Yeah, we can't afford to lose more listeners.
No,
Okay.
definitely.
So, shall we get right to it?
I think we should do it. Get some water in my feet, baby, because I'm going up with this episode. Let's just get into it with this week's guest.
Matt Smilardi, and I'm a botanist.
Oh my God, John, did you water the plants?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
He's going to be so mad at me.
He's going to be so mad.
Who's going to be mad at me?
Matt Smilardi.
Botanist. There he is.
Hey,
There he is.
Welcome,
a
Matt.
botanist.
hello.
Welcome. So, how goes it?
It goes pretty well, guys.
Pretty good. This is your season.
This is my season.
And you wouldn't think it because you'd think spring would be your season.
No.
With the flora and the fauna.
No, I love the flora and the fauna, but I also love a good jingle bell. I will say that.
Well, you're wearing Jingle Bell earrings, right?
I am.
Yeah, let's describe what he's wearing right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's got the red and black flannel.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The
Nice Santa t-shirt.
Oh, a
T-shirt.
Santa driving a tow truck
It says,
t-shirt.
"We slay the competition."
He
Oh, wow.
slays-
Yes, it does.
He slays queen. And then what do you have in your scarf there?
It
says-
says, "Jingle my bell."
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
very nice.
He has a Christmas tree brooch.
I do, yeah.
Oh, my. He's dressed
course I'm
like
wearing a brooch.
grandma.
That's probably my favorite thing.
I'm
wearing-
going out for Christmas.
Coming straight off the set of Golden Girls.
I was going to say, Rose Nyland. He's
Yeah.
wearing a Santa hat and Christmas ball earrings.
Nice bowls.
Yes.
And he looks
They're
like...
blue balls, actually.
And you pierced your ears just for this, which is really nice.
He looks like if, I mean this in the best way, if Tim Allen ran headfirst into RuPaul and they
Yes.
tumbled into the Golden Girls house.
Yes.
That's Matt.
I would watch that show.
I love that.
So, you selling a lot of Christmas trees?
We slinging trees.
Yeah?
We brought in this year. We brought in 750 trees.
So let's back up a second. Who's we?
I work for a local family-run nursery. We operate year-round.
I love kids.
And not that kind of nursery, John. But yeah, we work year-round at a plant nursery, and this time of year, because everything is dead or dormant, we sell Christmas trees and wreaths.
How
and
joyful.
There's always the customer who comes in, and he's usually, and I'm not trying to look at anyone in particular, but usually he's like the Italian guy who
He's
comes in.
staring at us.
He's,
that a problem?
and he comes in and he says, "Hey," he says, "Are they fresh?
Fresh.
Are they fresh? When did they cut them down?"
Okay.
Tom's offended. Tom's like, wait a minute.
Oh,
was
Tom?
that you I was talking to in this store?
And in reality, I want to turn to him and be like, "Well, sir, your tree was cut down probably around November 1st. It has been sitting on a shipping dock in Canada or wherever it's being brought in from. And yeah, you're basically fostering a dead tree in your home. So
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, everyone's trees...
But are they fresh?
They're not fresh. They're basically a month old when you buy them.
Yeah, basically.
So people just have plant corpses in their houses.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like fresh cut flowers. I mean, that's what it is. It's just a plant that you're sticking in water, and you're just adding water to the vase and hoping it doesn't die before your kids open up their presents.
But it is still sort of staying alive, though, right? In your
Yes,
house?
it is. It is still sustaining and alive, but it's already been cut. It is.
It's
what it
going.
is. It's going. Yeah, exactly.
But now, I don't know. I have strong feelings on the Christmas tree situation, and it feels weird to get into it so early. But I am not a real tree person.
Really?
I have 2 fake trees in my home.
That's terrible.
And 0 real trees.
And a fake wife. No offense to Danielle.
Thanks, Frank.
But why a real tree?
Why a real tree? A lot of people like the nostalgia.
Well,
Like,
they're wrong. Do they like? Do they like constantly sweeping and vacuuming?
well, now that's not always true. It depends on the type of tree that you have. Certain trees shed more needles than others.
What type of trees?
Well, the Coney Island ones leave a lot of needles everywhere.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh,
No, but what kind of?
Frank.
What do you mean? What kind of
cutting
trees?
that out.
You
So
have?
there's
What am I, a
diff-
weeping willow in my house?
No,
That's
no,
all
no.
the same. The
So
pine.
no, they're not. No, they're not.
I guess that's why you're here. I guess
Yes.
to tell us this.
So no, most trees that are brought into people's homes are either Fraser firs or balsam firs.
Wait a minute. Kelsey Grammer? You knew I was going to say that. You looked into my soul.
Oh,
stupid.
God.
So it's not. It's not.
So we got
Fraser Crane.
Fraser crane trees
Fraser firs and balsam firs.
and Niles trees.
I can't.
Not funny.
We're gonna get some information out of him.
I know.
So Fraser firs and the other one balsam.
Balsam firs.
I've heard of balsam wood.
Yes.
No,
Okay,
that's
well,
balsa wood. Matt,
knows?
look it up.
So
On it.
okay, go on. So you got
So
the 2
Fraser
trees.
firs are typically the sturdier ones. That's the one where if you see the fake tree commercial, they're like, our fake trees are modeled after Fraser firs because they have the natural needle look. Balsam firs are the ones that really have the smell, the
Okay.
Christmassy,
Yeah.
evergreen kind of smell. But those ones, they're the cheaper trees. I'm not trying to be tree shaming anyone, but they cheap ass bitches.
Hang on.
Oh, wait.
Matt, come.
We have an answer. It is not the same. It is, in fact, almost the opposite. Balsa wood is super light. Balsam wood is super heavy.
Yeah.
2 different trees.
There you go.
Fun fact.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Also, Matt's here, by the way. everybody.
Oh, yeah, hey, Matt.
And the other Matt.
Why don't we just call me Phil for this episode? Save everybody some
We'll call
trouble.
him Fraser for today. So you go on.
So yeah, Fraser firs drop a lot less needles. The branches are a lot stronger. So those trees, they do last a lot longer in your home, which is why those are the ones we sell and not the cheap ones.
Have you ever sold a tree with a squirrel in it? I've heard that happens, right? They sell chipmunks.
No, it's the same thing as like there's always some mom on Facebook who's like, I got my tree home and it was full of spiders, and it's like these are just things that are perpetuated by rumors and urban legends that get put on
Nancy,
Facebook.
That wasn't
no,
a tree. It was a bunch of bananas.
I've pulled birds' nests out of trees before.
Have you?
Yes,
With-
absolutely.
Homeless birds? Matt, you had a homeless bird?
I had a bird's nest in a tree once that we got from a tree farm. Absolutely.
It's considered very lucky too if you find a bird's nest.
Why? You put a bird out of a home.
Well,
Why is that lucky?
I mean, it's lucky. You're like, look, I got a surprise
I
inside.
bought
my
the tree and I got a free dead bird.
and it comes with breakfast.
So that's the dirty secrets of the Christmas tree industry.
Pretty much.
We want to be clear. You're also a plant expert. You're not just a Christmas tree salesman.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
seasonal,
Right.
right?
I try to know as much as I can.
Yeah, I mean, going with you to Home Depot was an experience. Because you were taking me around and you were like knowing everything. And you were like me in a toy store.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get very, very excited whenever I'm like in a place like Home Depot or Lowe's where I'm surrounded by plants. I'll see something I've never seen before, and it's just like, oh, I gotta have that one. I gotta have it.
Right.
I probably have in the house now about, I would say, at least 100 different house plants that are all just kind of hanging out.
The oxygen levels in his house
Oh, yeah.
are through the roof.
Right, absolutely.
Well, we were comparing it to Pokemon almost. Like that's kind of where the love comes from. It's
Absolutely.
catching them all.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
gotta
these
have
different
them all.
Species.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool when you think about it.
Yeah, I guess. Where did this start? Your love of the plants?
My grandfather was a big plant guy. He had his tomato garden, and every year we'd go out. He would put fish heads in with the roses every year. And as a little kid, I was always fascinated by his kind of process and even the
Wait, fish heads.
Yeah, you can add. I mean, again, it's one of those things of like an old wives' tale type of thing. It's something like, oh, you can add coffee grinds. It'll do this. You can add this, and it'll change the soil pH. With things like that, adding any type of organic matter is going to change the soil composition. So for him with the roses, that was his trick. I don't know if it really is a thing, but
It's funny you say
he would
that.
always stick them head up too, so that they'd like their little lips.
Exactly. That's weird because Tom's grandfather would put people with
Yeah.
the fishes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they would be head up. Tom, right?
Best figs I've ever eaten.
Yeah, no, I mean it's kind of amazing. The not even kind of, it is amazing the things that you can tell me just by looking at a plant.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, go on, Danielle.
Oh, I was going to talk about when we went to the farm, which was probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We go to a farm for the fall, and
We were all there?
yes,
Yes,
Right,
we're all
I
it
there.
remember
was about 20 of us. It was insane, and Matt was on the ground and teaching a class about, I think, a milk plant.
Oh, milkweed.
Yeah,
Milkweed,
milkweed.
yeah.
Milkweed.
Told everyone it was amazing, and you could just see the joy in his face.
It's so funny.
It was beautiful.
What about milkweed?
Well, milkweed is the first plant that monarch caterpillars start to consume. So they actually gain their toxicity from eating the milkweed leaves. And then as they do their migration, they fly south.
Caterpillars are toxic?
Monarch butterflies are toxic.
They are?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why like most insects and things are bright colors. They're warning other animals. They're like, don't eat me. I'm
So are you
deadly."
like an insect guy too, since you have to be?
Oh
'cause
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
plants?
yeah, of course. I deal with all that kind of shit. Wow. That's why I wear bright colors so that people know stay away.
You go to the bird sanctuary over by you?
Oh, all the time. I took Frank to the bird sanctuary.
I've always wanted to go to that bird sanctuary. Is there anything to
was
see, or is it just like an empty field? They're like, this is where the birds go.
It's a really cool place. It's actually one of the few protected marshlands that's in New York. I always loved it as a kid because you can see Manhattan and Brooklyn and be standing in Queens.
Yeah, but
just
that's not
being there.
birds. I want to see a flamingo while I'm
There's
there.
a few planes.
There were a few. Yeah, we are by JFK.
There's no flamingos,
there
no
are no
ostrich.
flamingo, no ostrich.
Matt took me. There was a clearing. Well, it's sort of a clearing. There wasn't as many things going on, and there were a bunch of trees in this clearing. And it was, and he beat me up. No,
And he left me there.
and he left me there to die. No, and Matt has a very special emotional connection to this place.
Oh yeah, so that's where my favorite tree is. So she's gorgeous. She's a giant. I love her because she's so massive and she's so old, and it's amazing to think that she's been on this island hundreds of years before
Yeah.
people were ever here.
Right.
And she's still there, and she's just like, watch out, bitches.
You know, speaking of trees, Matt, I was wondering, and I just want to look out for my friends here. How likely is the movie The Happening starring Mark Wahlberg to actually occur?
I've never seen that movie.
No? You've never seen that movie? What?
Go, take it,
no.
John. Take it, John.
In The Happening, they don't know what's making people want to kill themselves. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that
It's watching The Happening.
it's
No.
something, right.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, it's something in the chemistry from the trees that's getting in the air.
They're
And so-
communicating
right.
to try to eliminate people.
Right. And
I don't
so
blame them.
The wind is the villain in that movie.
Right.
Okay.
And also, Mark Wahlberg's acting is the villain in that movie. As well. The best line from the movie, I just did it, is when the woman says to him, "You're trying to kill me?" And he just looks at her and he goes, "What? No." Just like that's the worst. It's the worst acting.
Could it happen?
Could it happen? I mean, stranger things have happened, Frank.
I mean, so there's a movie, there's a book that I like that has become since a movie, where a fungus infects the people's brains, and it basically grows like a tree out of the people's brains eventually, but they become very hostile and angry and kill each other. The scary part of that is that's a real thing.
Yes, it is.
That happens to
insects.
Insects, where they'll get very hot. The fungus gets in their brain and infects their brain. They get very hostile. They
They grow out of the top of the head
yes,
usually.
and
What
then
is
they
it called,
they
this
kill
thing?
each other for no reason, and then eventually they die themselves, and it grows like a tree,
And then it opens up and the spores
and the spores
infect
get everywhere and
everything else.
infect everything around them.
Yeah.
That happens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's really terrifying. And in this book / movie, it happens to people instead.
Ants. It's called ants.
It's not called ants. No, it's not Woody Allen and ants. To know that it's a real thing is pretty terrifying.
What is it called, that movie? Do you know?
The book is called The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really affect plants necessarily. There's other diseases.
But you're a fungal guy too, right?
I'm a fun guy, I've been told. Ooh. Knock, knock. Come on,
No.
Frank, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Botany.
Botany who?
Botany good plants lately?
Oh, no!
That's when they tell around the
There you
show.
go.
Oh, listen
There
to
you
another
go.
episode right now. There's
Yeah,
other ones that are better.
exactly. Fast forward right through this one, guys.
Would you marry the tree?
No, stop time.
Come from? No, because like Do you ever see TLC's My Secret Obsession?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever go to the bird sanctuary and be like, I'm gonna do it?
If they were going to cut the tree down,
Yeah.
I would do anything physically in my power to stop them.
Okay, now you say that, but
Yes.
then you sell Christmas trees. The business of
True.
cutting trees down.
But that's an industry. It's a farming industry, just like the vegetables that you buy in the grocery store. That's somebody's livelihood. That's part of my livelihood, and it's not done in an ecologically damaging way. This is not going out into a forest and cutting down trees. These are farms where literally that's their produce. That's what they grow. And that's, the livelihood of a farm.
Well, there's so much concern everybody always talks about is cutting down the rainforests. Clearly, we're not taking rainforest trees and putting them in our houses. However, there has to be some version of a negative effect on the environment.
Well, what's worse is having something that is biodegradable in your home or having a piece of plastic that's going to last forever.
Unless you don't get rid of it.
Yeah,
Well,
for me, it's having a piece of plastic.
Eventually, it's going
to
to end up in a landfill and be damaging to the environment forever. The production of plastic trees is actually worse for the environment than sustainable tree farming. Sorry to burst your bubble,
but it's
John.
better for my home.
Is it better
Not
for
your home, the earth.
Well, I'm just lazy.
Yeah. Matt, how long does it take to grow a Christmas tree? So how do they do this?
So it takes a long time to grow Christmas trees. We actually, this year, there's a Christmas tree shortage. Dun, dun, dun. It just means the price went up like $8.
Okay.
But basically, and people will ask in this, hey, why is it more expensive this year than it is last year? Well, as strange as it sounds, there's a lot of different schools of thought on this, but it really comes down to the economic recession that we had 10 years ago. Because the farmers themselves were being pressured. It costs money to sustain something like a tree farm, to water this tree farm. It costs money. So when the economy was kind of in a pinch, they planted less trees. 10 years later, there are less 5 to 6, 7 to 8 foot trees because they didn't plant as many in that time period.
Wow. So I see in my mind, it was like, well, they just plant for the next season, but obviously they can't be right. It's not taking 11 months for a tree to grow, right?
No. And then it's supply and demand. It's whatever numbers they cut and then replenishing those. Yeah.
So they take years to grow.
Yes, absolutely. So you're like a 5 to 6 foot tree probably takes about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes me to put up my fake one? Like a half hour.
Thank
we
you, Matt.
actually have a baby actual real tree that grows in the backyard. We planted it there.
What is it?
I don't know what the type of tree. It's an evergreen. It's
Okay.
it's a Christmas tree that
Is it an Alberta spruce, most likely? Is it that thin little...
it's small. It's hard to tell. But my question is there anything that I should be doing, especially to take care of it?
At this time of year?
Yeah, well, just in general.
You planted this year, or it's been planted?
It's been there for like a year, 2 years. At this point.
Definitely in the spring, give it some fertilizer. You can use a bag of they call plant tone. You can add that, or you can add a tree tone as well. And that's just going to give it food. A lot of people don't think, even with houseplants, to like feed it. They just give it water. And plants require additional nutrients to survive. They just don't do well with just drinking water.
Right. What are some of the big mistakes people make when it comes to plant care?
In houseplants, definitely the biggest thing is the people who buy a plant, they see it, and they buy this cute little plant. They're like, oh my God, I love it. And they water the poor fucker to death.
Right.
And they just drown. And it's like, they don't bother to look up like what it is. They're like, it's a plant, it needs water. Like, no. You should know what your plant wants before you just either take it home, or as soon as you get it home, look it up online. It's not hard. There are apps you can download.
Okay.
Wow. I will tell you this. In our apartment, Samantha and I have maybe 8 plants in the kitchen, on the windowsill, on the island. That's what we have. And they're all doing ridiculously well because of Matt. Because we've asked him just basic questions we would never ask. How much water? How much sun? And how do I cut this thing? Right? And they're amazing. He's our personal gardener.
Thank you.
See, Danielle loves to have succulents and houseplants. I never remember what we have because all I remember is that we have a jar of some gross-looking seed stuff, right? And then what else is there?
What gross looking seed stuff.
What's that? What you gave us, Matt?
Oh, I love him.
That spider thing.
It's a spider plant.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
Yeah, okay.
Because
I
it's
take
got
care of
roots
him.
and seeds.
Yeah.
It's
I
gross.
don't like that.
But oh my God, she once grew a chia pet. Oh, oh.
But think
God,
that people
think
eat
of
that.
gross little seeds.
People eat that
I
shit
see
though. I
chia.
would never.
It was. I couldn't wait to get rid of it. It was so gross. It looked like mold. You were growing and collecting mold.
You're not wrong. I didn't like that, but it was a present.
Huh. Well, Matt, the spider plant you gave me that the Panepintos are growing,
Danielle's doing. She's taking great care of it.
I threw it out. I did. I hate this thing. I chucked
See,
it.
Matt. Next time I give a gift, I'm gonna give it to you because no one appreciates the nice things.
Thank you.
We had a good cactus for a long time. We had Cactus Everdeen.
Cactus
She was
Everdeen.
beautiful.
That's hilarious.
She was beautiful, and we watered her.
Oh, I loved
Cactus
her.
ever.
Yeah, I prefer, which is what I grew up with, the fake plants with the big plastic leaves in the all gold, real shiny thing.
I know with like the hay, the thin
with the
hay
thin
and
hay, and the
styrofoam.
big. You gotta polish it,
God.
brass pot. You don't know what I'm talking about, Danielle?
It's called Class, honey. Look it up.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I
called
know.
Michael's.
The one that you have to
that's
dust.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
with the big fake leaves.
Watch this. Watch this, John. How much water did that take?
0.
You're saving the planet.
Yep.
Thanks for helping us.
Never even had to look at it.
Something that goes in a landfill.
You know what it is, that thing? That plant is called Somewhere to Hide Your Easter Eggs.
Right in the bottom, in the moss.
Put them in the moss, and that's
no.
it.
Can I say? I think it's time for our first game.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, folks. So,
I don't know the games this time.
That's right. So we hate to break it to everyone in the room and listening. There is no rating game today.
Oh.
I know.
I rate that very poorly.
But we do have two games. The first one is a quiz. So I will be
love a
quizzing the
quiz.
room on all things plant. Matt,
Am I allowed
focus
to
on you.
answer these questions?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Okay, here we go. For the room, an average sized tree can yield how many pencils?
40.
Okay, Tom. Tom's put in his vote.
Tom has them
What-
giant
Can
pencils.
you repeat the question? An
Matt,
average
Wait,
I
size-
so
can't-
wait,
an
I
average
missed the, I
size?
missed the general conceit here. This is just a plant quiz?
It's a plant quiz.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
An average tree can
Okay.
yield how many pencils?
I would think upwards of 10,000 at least.
Okay.
I would say 5,000. There can't be that much good wood in there.
500.
Wow.
First of all, for all of you, think about a giant effing tree and a pencil.
That's why I said, well, I didn't mean to
500.
insult
That's why
Danielle's
I said
answer. I'm just thinking of
10,000.
five.
40.
I'm thinking 500.
40. Tom, what are you
pencils
thinking about?
coming
40.
170,000.
170,000?
Tom is an asshole because he just looked it up. It's 170,100. That's right. Tom!
You're not allowed to play if you're going to
Get him out. You went from 40 to 100.
I knew this already.
Oh, you knew that one. I forgot.
I love graphite.
Question 2.
I love graphite.
Tom, don't look.
Don't look up Ticonderoga.
was going to say.
What is the science of calculating the age of a tree by counting its rings?
Oh, I should know this.
What's it called? The science?
What is the science called when you count the age?
aging? Tree aging.
Ringology.
Danielle's
tree
not
knowledge.
100% wrong. She's
If
close.
you
Tom?
like it, then you
I
should
got
have
it.
put a
I
ring
know
on
what
it.
it
Don't look it up.
Tom!
Dendrochronology.
It's if he would have said it right, it's dendrochronology.
Dendro. It would be
Dendro. That could be.
I have
a
an idea.
botanist.
Tom, stop killing our game. How about that?
No, I knew it. I used to do the rings.
No, you're not allowed to play
He
anymore.
loves The Ring. That movie. The girl. Okay. What produces half of the world's oxygen supply?
Trees.
I believe it's algae or seaweed. It has to be something ocean related.
It's not. Well, I don't know about the other half, but the half I'm talking about. It would be the Amazon rainforest.
Oh.
Half of the entire,
Not Amazon.com.
They provide everything else. Okay,
The
next
Amazon rainforest.
one. Okay,
They
here we
own
go.
half the oxygen.
We have only 3 more. Are we ready? So
Okay.
far, no one's got anything right. What is the only fruit that bears its seeds on the outside?
Oh.
Strawberries?
Yeah, strawberries.
No, fruit that bears its seeds on the outside? Oh, well, I was going to say something else, but then you looked at me like they said the answer already. So I guess
No,
strawberry?
they might be wrong.
Seeds on the outside. Grapes.
It's strawberry. It's strawberry.
Grapes.
40
tried.
pencils. Okay. Banana is an Arabic word meaning
Schlong.
No.
Actually, avocado means testicle.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
In what language?
I think it's like an Aztec word.
That's funny.
Yeah, it means just soft, squishy nuts.
But what does banana mean? Banana? Anybody?
I know what it is, but I'm not gonna.
Tom? What does banana mean?
Tom, what do you think banana means?
In what origin? What language?
Don't look it up. No, he's not allowed to look. No,
Okay.
no, skip him.
My phone's not. Look, my phone's
All right, Danielle. How about this? Matt, what's a guess? Banana means what in Arabic?
Boat.
Okay, Danielle?
Yellow.
John?
In Arabic?
Yeah.
Wow, if only I knew somebody Arabic who loved the word banana.
Wait, I know. What do you think, Joe?
Chobani.
Banana in Arabic means
It's really obvious. Think about it. Just give it a second.
banana in Arabic. I'm gonna say holster.
Wow.
You took an hour and you said holster, and it doesn't even look like a holster. It could go.
It looks
in
like a
holster.
schlong.
Banana in Arabic means fingers. There you go.
Fingers.
All right, last question. Here we go. Matt, why is it a good idea to water ferns and hydrangeas with brewed tea?
I believe it's because of nitrogen composition, no?
I'm not sure, but it says the acid is good for the leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have one more question. Bonus question. This one's for Tom. Only Tom. Don't look it up. Here we go. What technique does HGTV recommend gardeners use to keep dirt out from under their fingernails while they garden? The answer is not wear gloves.
Brillo pad.
Is that your final answer?
No, diesel fuel.
Is that your final answer?
Actually, I don't know, but I will say something. If you are doing anything oil related for cars and stuff, and your hands do get dirty, diesel fuel, which is horrible for your pores, will take off the dirt.
Wow.
Proven fact.
Matt, do you think you know the answer?
I think it's Vaseline.
You're close. The answer is...
Is it lube?
No, here it is.
Oil?
To prevent accumulating dirt under your fingernails, draw your fingernails across a bar of soap and you'll effectively seal the undersides of your nails so dirt can't collect underneath them. Then after you've finished in the garden, use a nail brush to remove the soap and your nails will be sparkling clean. Courtesy of HGTV.
Wow.
Wow, plugging.
So I have a question. We have a last minute answer. You already told us. Nobody give it away. Mm-hmm. Joe, what does the word banana mean in Arabic?
This is really putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know you love bananas.
I do.
And you're
Me too.
Arabic.
If I was to guess, it would be something like Madudle?
No.
No.
Oh, you're saying what? You're trying to translate banana into Arabic.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The word banana in Arabic.
What does it mean?
Means.
What does it translate? Banana is an Arabic
Like
word.
banana's an Arabic word. What does it mean?
I don't understand the question.
Okay.
No, okay, so I'm speaking to you in Arabic right now, right? And I'm going to say, banana.
Right.
What does that mean?
Are the minions here?
In other words,
Okay.
If and I'll give you an example.
Oh, boy.
So in Arabic,
None of this is
when we
happening
say
on mic.
phone, in Arabic, it means sandwich. So banana, what we know is banana, but in Arabic, it means something else.
No.
What is that something else?
Joe.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to reverse it.
Just someone say
Joe,
it.
Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how to say the word finger in Arabic?
No.
It's banana.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying. Banana is an Arabic word that translates to finger in English.
Oh, okay. I'm still sort of getting it.
I can't breathe. It's so funny.
Banana.
Such a waste of time.
Arabic.
This is why we should have played
gonna
the
air none
rating
of that.
game.
That was so funny.
This is why we should have played the rating game. That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We should have played the rating game.
Okay, Matt. Something we spoke about the bird sanctuary that's in your neighborhood, and your neighborhood is Broad Channel in Queens. And I know that people who are from Broad Channel are like diehard Broad Channelans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're all about
Broad
it.
Channel strong.
Tell us about Broad Channel, and also I'd like to know about Hurricane Sandy and Broad Channel.
Okay. So Broad Channel is a tiny island that is connected to the Rockaway Peninsula, where you can see JFK Airport from our house. Tiny island, probably only a couple of thousand people. When you walk around in Broad Channel, you wouldn't believe that you're in New York. It's very far removed from the quote-unquote city life that is New York, even being connected to something like the Rockaway Peninsula, where Rockaway Beach is. And it's a lot of people who have just, their families have lived there since it was first founded in 1897. And the houses are old. And it's a true old Irish bungalow town where, you know, everybody, it's like Mayberry, but if everyone was an alcoholic. It's not, it is. It's like you walk down the street, you're like, hey, like, you know everybody, you know, you sit on your porch with your Coors Light and, you know, you just wave to people as they go by.
And at its best, Broad Channel is how wide at its widest point? How many blocks?
There's one road that runs through the island.
Yeah.
And there's two sides of the island. And yeah, so I guess it's like probably like 2 city blocks wide, maybe.
Right. To walk from like the one side to the other side is what? 4 minutes,
geez.
not even.
Yeah, not even. I mean, I walk to work, which is like, I mean, it's like a 10-minute walk.
And now it floods about once a month, right? Because of the tides and whatnot.
Of the moon.
Right. So that gets pretty crazy. It's like floods, like up to the tires of your car floods.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. And certain blocks flood worse than others. Certain houses are lower than others. I mean, Sandy fucked us up.
Right. You were Atlantis.
Yes.
In Sandy.
Yes, absolutely. And like I had 7.5 feet in my first floor.
Can you, I don't want to traumatize you, but could you give us a very brief version of your Sandy story, which is crazy?
So we were all sitting in the living room. It was me, my stepfather, my mother, and my uncle. So it's me and 3 disabled people and 2 dogs, and a bird, and hermit crabs and a turtle,
and 100 different species of plants.
Yes, and hundreds of plants. And we're sitting downstairs in the living room watching, ironically enough, watching Lawrence of Arabia.
A very dry,
very dry. He's in the desert. He's got camels. You know, he looks good.
He would know what banana meant.
He definitely
Because he's
would
of
know.
Arabia.
Oh, yeah,
As
absolutely.
opposed to Joe, who is doing nothing for us.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all downstairs, and the whole time, even though everyone was like, it's going to be bad, nobody in Broad Channel left. This is like old, drunk Irish families who were like, I've lived here my whole life, I've never seen water in my house type of people. And I was one of those people who was like, oh, no. I was like, not on my block. You know, maybe down where the canals are, not near me. And yeah, I remember being in the house and everyone was like cooked a nice dinner. We're all sitting there. It's nice. And I'm watching the water and I'm just like, oh, okay. So it's up to the first step of the stoop. It's not going to get any higher. Every step that it went up, I was like, it's not going to get any higher. And all of a sudden, water started. We had wood paneling in the living room at this time. Thank God. If Sandy did anything, it remodeled my freaking house and it looks so much nicer now. I don't have that fucking god-awful wood paneling. But water started coming in the seams of the wood paneling, just pouring through like crazy. And literally, we all looked at each other and I was like, go, get upstairs. Like, go, everyone go. The dog is freaking out. The dog's like, hates water. She's like picking up her feet like an asshole. Like, go up the stairs. And literally for the next 5 or 6 hours, I just was going up and down the stairs, like in the water, grabbing whatever the fuck I could. And like the plants, whatever plants, like I lost so many. And I'm still not back to the amount of even though I said I have hundreds, but I'm still not back to near where I had before the storm. And the last thing that I grabbed, there was the fridge was floating at that point. So it was about 5.5 feet of water, if not higher. And like the refrigerator is floating. Like, I mean, shit floats. It's crazy what floats. Cars float. It's nuts. But I remember the last thing and I'm like, at this point, I was like, nothing else is worth saving. Like, I'm going to fucking die down here if I don't just go upstairs and get warm and get dry. And I opened up the fridge and everything kind of poured out of the fridge. And I had just bought a case of Miller High Life and it was on the top shelf. And I grabbed this and I was like, this is the most valuable thing here now. Time to drink.
Right.
Like, I'm done. And I went upstairs and my mom, my stepfather, my uncle were all in my room. They're all looking at the sky. The sky is green because the electrical transformer had blown and there were fires. And they're just all standing in my room. And I literally dripping wet in my bedroom. And I remember looking at them and being like, well, if you guys are going to stand in here, I'm going to smoke a joint because I have had enough. And this is my room. So
There you go.
And were you able to get from the kitchen to the stairs, or did you have to swim?
Oh no,
in
I
your
swam.
house?
I swam, and
You
it was
swam in your house.
absolutely. I was swimming. The majority of that night was swimming.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And then you went upstairs and you lit one up.
and I lit one up.
So
yeah.
the moral of the story is
And I-
plants will get you through anything.
Absolutely, baby. Slinging trees.
That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. I mean, I think that's a thing that a lot of the people, not to diverge too much, but a lot of people who don't live in New York, everybody's got opinions on like big national tragedies that happen here, and they can feel it. I think Sandy was one of those things that you didn't really know until you were in it. I mean, I wasn't in it. I was in like the one part of Brooklyn that you wouldn't have even known there was a storm. And I still don't understand it. And I was here.
Right.
I was here. I remember it. And I don't remember.
It was a solid, which was the most insane part of it for me. We would see, because, again, there's one road that runs in and out of our island. And, at Breezy Point and parts of Rockaway, they had the fires and people who had lost everything. And in our neighborhood, we just kept watching, like, all the relief efforts, the Red Cross, all these people who were driving through now at this point, there was a giant boat across this one road. So there was one lane in, one lane out, same way. But they were driving right through the town. Because on the outside, everything looked fine. Like, we didn't have fires. We didn't have any of that. It was just, it looked like, an everyday, kind of day. And it was 7 days before the Red Cross came to Broad Channel, before they started giving, quote, relief. So sorry.
That's crazy.
If that's a charity
And what
you
were
donate
those 7
to.
days like? What had to be done?
I mean, for me, it was like gutting everything. It was coming down, and it's like I said before, Broad Channel is a town with people who have lived there for generations and generations. So I can't even imagine on that level. But just like realizing that everything that the water has touched is gone, and this home that you've worked hard and you've built, and this, it really did bring up this sense of like it's just stuff. And there, if I'm allowed to, can I tell a quick little anecdote?
Yeah, please.
So at first, when I was gutting everything, and there was huge mounds of garbage, it was just get the shit out of the house. Get it out, get it out, get it out. And we were gutting the house, and there was one day they had ripped out the ceiling in my living room. And there was a coffee stain that was on the ceiling in my living room from when my uncle had brought his dog over and knocked my mom over, and she spilled her coffee cup, and it was on the ceiling forever. It was on the ceiling since I was like 5 years old. It was always there. Hilarious when she fell. It was great. But but it was always there. And then when I came in and I realized they had taken down the ceiling, and I was outside, and it was dark. It was at night, and I'm digging through this like waterlogged garbage at this point. And I had to find that tile. I needed it. I was like, this is a piece of me that I can't ever. And my neighbor is standing on his porch, and he's literally watching me do this. And he just yells down, and he's like, Matt, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just looking for something, Vinny. I'm just looking. And he said, Matt, he said, whatever you're looking for isn't in that pile anymore. Whatever you're looking for, and he tapped on his heart. He's like, it's right in there. Come inside, get warm, have a beer, sit down with the guys. Come on. You don't need to be covered in garbage. It's late. Mm-hmm. And it was so profound, and it was that moment that made me realize, like, wow, this is just stuff. It really is just stuff, and we're so lucky that we can have stuff. But that's why I will say, like, especially because of this time of year, it's so important to remember, like, reach out to your friends who maybe are having a hard time. Maybe they're struggling financially. Maybe they've lost a loved one. Maybe they are struggling with something. Like, reach out to your LGBTQ friends and make sure that they know that you love them, because that's so important year round, but especially this time of year when, Christmas isn't a season, it's a feeling. And it's so important to just remind all those people in your life, even if it's like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a while, and like, I wonder how they're doing. Just reach out to them. And especially in today's society, like, dude, shoot them a DM. It takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to text. There's no reason that we don't communicate with each other like normal people anymore. But just make sure that like those people in your life who maybe you're concerned about, you see something on their social media that makes you kind of think for a second, even if it's a stupid meme, just reach out to them and be like, hey, how you doing? Happy holidays. How's everything going?
Yeah, you're not going to hurt anybody's
No.
feelings by asking.
No, there's so many people who don't have, and you need to be thankful for everything, and you need to be thankful I didn't take that potentially asbestos ceiling tile back into the house.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy being that, because we talked the other day about making this, incorporating the location of the show into a little bit of what we're doing here. I mean, we are in the heart of Brooklyn here, and out there in Queens, like I said, there was a lot that we didn't know was happening. I mean, I know you went through unspeakable. It was like a disaster, and I know Frank, you lost your house, right? Or
Yeah.
I know Tom, you were without heat for like a month or 2 months, something like that, and lost a lot as well. But I remember you telling me stories of watching your dog shivering and and I almost feel guilt from it that here, like I said, I always tell this story. My PlayStation died that morning, and my biggest thing
how
that
was
happened.
that for you?
My biggest
Terrible.
thing that
I'm so
happened to me
sorry
was
for
I
your
was
loss.
like, damn, this would have been a great day to play. And I remember being like, wow, that sucks.
Oh.
And then the next day being like, oh, no, that sucks.
Yeah.
Perspective happened.
Yeah.
I lost my PlayStation that day too, John. Don't
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Away.
all the controllers, everything.
No, I really felt like an idiot that day, man.
Didn't you, not to go back to Matt's story, but to go back to Matt's story,
Yeah,
didn't you
sure.
guys have to worry about, because you had no power for like ever?
No.
And there was like about people looting and people
yeah.
standing outside with their shotgun protecting their land. Like that was happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, we are kind of that town. Like I said, it's like Mayberry if everyone was an alcoholic, but we defend our shit. We're very proud in that way, and we protect our neighbors. We think about one another. I almost got back in the water to go to my neighbor's house to make sure that she was okay across the street. That's who we are as a community, and it may on the surface just look like kind of a random podunk strip of New York, but it's people who care about each other. Like I could never live in like the city. Oh God, it smells like pee. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'd never live there.
It all smells like pee.
It all smells like pee.
So Matt, on that note, how many times a week should I water my fern?
Wait, real quick. I want to get into our next game, but I want you to circle back, Matt.
Yes.
You never really got into where the love for plants started. You said it was your grandfather, but
definitely
we
my
never
grandfather.
wanted to. You never continued that.
Definitely like my love of plants started because like my mom is like a big pet person. She has two dogs. We have turtle, we got hermit crabs, birds. We've always had a menagerie of animals.
A menagerie.
A menagerie of animals. And like, yes, like I fucks with a dog. They're good people.
What'd you just say?
I said I fucks with a dog, they're good people.
Yes.
But like for me, like a houseplant doesn't like talk back to you. It doesn't bark. It doesn't,
Right.
and it's also something.
Not if you're doing it right.
Not exactly. Oh, feed me.
Right. Yeah. That one barks.
But yeah, no, it's. I would love my life to be like living in a rainforest cafe restaurant, but like minus the animatronic gorillas.
A storm every half hour.
I mean, yeah, and it's just like.
But Matt goes into PTSD every time that
Right.
storm
No,
happens.
I kind of would love
expensive
that.
gift shop instead of your living room.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's just like overwhelmed. Like I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point. Like I'm a crazy plant lady. Like that's what I do. And the bigger, the better.
Right.
Like my largest plant right now is my Dieffenbachia, is about 6 feet high, and then the
What?
Dieffenbachia
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It
Or-
means
or-
finger. It means fingers in Arabic.
also means fingers in Arabic.
Matt, did you want to tell us today's a special day? The day we're recording this is a special
Yes,
day.
it is.
What is it? National.
This is National Poinsettia Day today.
Wow. Come on, Tom. Where's the applause? Now you don't clap? National Poinsettia Day. So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Why are we putting poison in our houses?
Well, most houseplants are poisonous to animals.
Well, poinsettias are particularly poisonous. If I ate a poinsettia, I'd get sick.
Yeah, but if you ate a lot of houseplants, you get sick.
But I don't eat a lot of houseplants.
Okay, well then, I suggest not ingesting it.
I won't even eat salad just in case. I keep it in my house.
We're made to be scared. You brought a poinsettia here as a gift, and immediately I was like, "Are we allowed to have that?"
He did. He said, I swear he did say, he went, oh my God, are we allowed to have that? No, wait, Danielle, it's fine. We don't have dogs.
Yeah. I thought Danielle was gonna eat it.
Num num num.
So are we ready for the next game?
Yeah.
Okay. After the game, I want to just remember, I want to speak about your new venture. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Your
okay.
new venture, because I think we should plug that.
New and adventurous.
So it's a scene.
It's
Okay,
a scene?
everybody, it's a scene.
ladies and gentlemen.
Can we include Joe?
Do I
in the
need to
scene?
like roll my
Is there a space
sleeves
for
up?
him?
I
Can
feel
we
like
include these guys in the scene? Let me look at it again. I don't remember what we're doing.
I have no idea. What is this?
Yeah, we can. Okay.
Okay.
Here it is. Now keep in mind, this is all improv. Nobody knows the scene.
No, I don't even know. No, I didn't even know there was a scene.
Matt, a widely respected plant expert, must convince his 4 disinterested millennial nephews that botany is not only interesting, but necessary, as they all eat a very awkward family meal.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh boy.
Wait, are we changing the 4 to 5 now since Joe's here?
5.
Joe's the sister.
Yeah. Why can't Danielle be the sister?
I don't know.
Hey, it's 2019. Joe's the sister. Danielle's the broom. Okay,
All right,
here
so
we go.
he's trying to convince us all that botany's important.
Yeah, and we're disinterested millennial teens who don't really care.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Uncle Matt.
Oh, God, here he is.
Hi, family. How's
Hello.
everybody doing?
Fine. I hate, particularly right now, plants.
Sorry, is this whole wheat?
It is. It's gluten free.
It's not whole wheat though.
I mean, well, it's gluten free, so it doesn't contain wheat.
Who cares about the earth?
He's also eating. Yeah. Who cares about the earth? Hey, do you want to see my new Snapchat post?
Yeah.
Cool. Here, look.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, listen, kids. You need to be motivated about the Earth. The Earth's going to be here long after you're gone, which hopefully is soon.
But who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about after I'm gone?
Mom, where's the meatloaf?
I'm telling you. Where? Please.
We're in a restaurant, Tom. Why are you yelling for Mom? And she's not here. Uncle Matt brought us.
Wow. That's good yes ending there, Frank.
That was great.
What are you talking about? We're eating a vegetarian meal.
There's no dinosaur. Anyway, Uncle Matt, why did you bring us all out here?
I brought you guys here because I really think you guys have some really wasteful habits. You know, I mean, you guys are plastic consumers. I mean, my niece.
I don't eat any plastic.
You. But you brought that god awful plastic Christmas tree into your house, and I've been telling you for years that's going to be in a landfill.
Yeah, because I like trees better when they're silver.
John, we're Jewish.
God.
That was last week's
Uncle
episode.
Matt.
Yes, honey.
Knock, knock.
Who's there, babe?
I slept because this shit's so boring.
Nice one, Tom.
Anyway, seriously, can you tell us why we should love the earth and
Yeah,
love plants?
please,
Because we're
please.
very bored.
I can't help the fact that you're bored. You know, I'm trying very hard just to be supportive of my family, and
Tell
I'm
me about
taking
your
you out-
favorite plant, I guess.
Oh, God, do you guys ever try weed?
Oh.
Oh, God, you got me perked up and stuff now.
Wow, the wacky weedus. Yeah, sure.
I mean, if we didn't have plants, I mean, you guys couldn't get. I believe it's lit, as the youth says.
Yeah, well, I know, Joe, I know you have a lot of hemp stuff that you carry around with you, so.
I do.
Listen, Uncle Matt,
Thanks for the confirmation, bro.
I don't condone drug use, but I see that my siblings are into it, so I guess I like plants now.
Yeah, I guess plants slay.
Yeah.
They do slay.
What do you think, Matt?
Hashtag plant life.
What do you think, Tom? Hang on, the waitress is here.
I like plants.
What? Were you listening this whole time?
Oh, God, let's get out of here. I don't like to be with this
Let's go.
peeping Tom.
This is why I wanted to go to the Rainforest Cafe, guys. This would have made a lot more sense.
Does anybody know where there's a clearing with a dead tree in it? And scene. That was great.
Wow.
You were great.
I don't know why you guys made.
Yeah, right.
Matt, you were telling me on the way over here that you have a hand in decorating a lot of the stores, lighting-wise. Your store does, lighting-wise, all over
yeah.
Howard Beach in Queens.
Oh wait, well, yeah. I mean, not.
Not
Yeah,
everyone,
we
all
do.
of them, but-
we do a lot of the Christmas tree lightings locally. We donate a lot to the churches in the community. Like like I said, Christmas is not a season; it's a feeling.
Yeah, but you don't put lights all over the trees any other time of year. So that's part.
I mean,
that's
if it was up to me, I am so freaking holly jolly. Like I would totally do Christmas 365. I love Christmas.
sure.
Because when it snows, I like to get plowed.
And when it's warm. So
Baby, it's cold outside.
So let's talk. But no, on the drive over, we were talking about lights, all of our favorite Christmas lighting displays around some of these houses.
I hate a blow up.
Right. Let's just give
hate a blow
let's
up.
have a general conversation, very brief. Everybody can pick something. You don't all have to pick something. What are do's and don'ts of Ginzo house decoration with the lights here in Brooklyn?
It's all don't.
What do we like? What do we not like? Quick.
I just want to say I hate the blow up things.
I hate a blow up.
To me, it's like when you buy like a tracksuit and it's like it comes in a bag. It's the pants on the top. It's just easy. I just inflate it. It looks terrible.
I hate the sound.
Like buying a pimp costume from Party City.
It's 100%. And also, are you really an Italian from Brooklyn who got your house decorated if you don't have a giant sign on the front lawn telling you the company that decorated your house?
I was saying this. You spend all this money. To decorate. Is it in the contract that B&L is like, yeah, well, you know what? We're going to decorate your house, but we're going to stick our logo right in the middle
Right
of
in
it.
front of the light up baby
I'm
Jesus.
spending all this money for you to decorate my house, and then you're going to stick your logo right in the front?
Yeah, I hate that. Matt?
I saw something last night that I absolutely hated. It
Yeah?
boiled my blood. People had regular lights on their house, and then they had the fake projector lights on top of those lights.
No.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's the worst.
No. Well, I like a good blow up. Every once in a while I was saying this. I don't like any of the blow ups, but sometimes when I'm right in the Christmas mood, if it's a little house that has no real decorations and just one blow up, sometimes it gets me where it's like cute. Like there's one, there's one, they don't have it anymore, but they had this Brontosaurus last year, right? Oh, so cute. They had nothing else, and there's one light up inflatable Brontosaurus. It was great. I was saying there's one house that it brings me joy when I pass this house. I wish I could tell them. On my way to work, I pass it, and on Halloween, they have an inflatable minion dressed as a vampire on the porch in one spot. It's the only decoration they have. And then come Christmas, they have a Santa minion blow up in the same spot.
I love it.
It's just
that's
different
Consistency.
minions, and it's one minion, and something about it works. It's cute.
Another thing I hate on my block, there's some condos, right? They're very nice. And the people decided they're going to decorate this condo, right? So they framed the whole building out in white Christmas lights, like around the edge, across the top, down the sides. I like it. Then they bought the thing that looks like Santa fell off the roof and is dragging down the lights.
Oh yeah.
But those are colored lights.
Oh no!
Stop!
Santa brought his own lights.
No, you gotta match
it doesn't even make sense.
You gotta match
You
it.
ruined it.
I hate the blow up.
Okay.
Especially when they're 15 feet fucking tall. It's not Macy's.
Yeah.
I hate the projecting lights.
Ugh,
Because
hate
it's
those.
like, it got,
Like the little green dots that
God
swirl
Yeah.
around. Stop.
And Taylor brought this up yesterday because we were driving around where people have regular, like the icicle lights that come down.
Yeah.
But then they have normal tungsten house lights shining on it. So it's like
Yeah.
faded blue, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
using
yeah.
regular house lights. I'm like, just pick a color, you fucking idiot.
There's a house in Bay Ridge that I love that is
boy.
all blue.
I like
Top
it.
to
I
bottom,
like
blue,
it.
I did
ice
blue
blue.
this year.
I love it.
But the house across the street from them, that you can't sleep. There's no way you get any sleep. Your house is lit up like it's in the middle of the day.
Like you're in a Windex bottle.
You're right. You're basically living in Alaska where you got the 24-hour daylight.
I am a fan, I will say, of like a big Ginzo Italian column, but they just wrap it with the red ribbon on it. And they're like, it's a candy cane. Like,
I
yeah,
guess.
it's nice.
I love that we fully embrace that we can insult Italians because we are Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like when houses use things other than like white and then the multicolored. There are like 3 trees at the Diker lights. One's like a magenta, one is like a beautiful turquoise, and then it's like a purple.
That's cool.
My favorite.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just had a visceral reaction to the sound of Danielle's voice in my headphones. It was so comforting. I don't know why. I just have to share that.
Oh, thanks.
Danielle, keep talking.
How about
Thanks, Matt.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead, man.
How about when you have non-religious Christmas decorations on your lawn, but then lit up behind it is just a giant sign that says Noel, and you're what are you doing?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we just passed one that was lit up Bon Natale, and it was like,
We
oh,
get
that's
it.
okay.
We get it.
Okay.
Oh, here's another gripe I have.
I do like a plastic Jesus too. I will.
That's
put that
what
out
I'm
there.
gonna say.
I was gonna. I love.
I just wish sometimes
I
it
don't
would be a
mind
plastic
them.
adult Jesus. on the lawn. Just
on Easter. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, what? You know, you're not supposed to put the Jesus out.
Right, you
got to
keep the Jesus in.
So, like, so in like the light up ones, they have the holes in the back. They're like the translucent
Yeah, of
plastic.
course, yeah.
Right. I feel bad because I know he's in the garage and everybody's out.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's
I
fair.
love
there.
the little sheep though.
Yeah,
I've
oh, yeah.
never seen a light up sheep.
You've never seen the little plastic sheep in the
sure.
nativity?
They're
No.
adorable.
Oh, the
yeah.
donkey that always has like it's all its
Yeah,
paint
okay.
run off the eyes are basically
Right,
not there anymore.
because you've had them. They've been in the garage since like the mid '80s, and
Yeah.
you never replace them. You
I-
just put them out every year.
I also love when people have these big elaborate Christmas decorations where they have something that blocks their doorway, and you think to yourself, "How do you get out this month?"
That's right.
How do
That's
you-
right.
how do you
They have like
possibly-
it's chained off.
Yes,
And there's a soldier in front of the
giant
door.
nutcracker in front of both doors. How are you leaving?
They climb out of the
Right, what
bathroom
are you-
window.
What are you taking the chimney out? A reverse clause, we call that.
I do love a good toy soldier, like a nice big
Yeah.
ass one.
Yeah.
But I hate when people decide not to put it away and they put a black garbage bag over it and leave it
What?
Like a fig tree?
It's terrible.
like a fig tree.
Like a
There's,
fig
tree.
there's
Shouldn't
one
put,
guy 2 blocks away. I point to Taylor. I go, why do they put the fucking? There's a beautiful soldier, 100 degrees outside, wrapped up.
Like a
Wow,
body?
That's lazy.
You shouldn't put a garbage bag on a fig tree.
No?
Putting that no.
Why?
But the Italians wrap the fig trees.
They
Not
you
in
wrap
garbage
them,
bags.
but not in a garbage bag.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they
What do
wrap
you
it
wrap
in.
them with?
You need to wrap it in something porous. It needs to have air go through it. It'll
all right,
kill
all
the
right,
fig
all right.
tree.
That-
God.
There's another tip. Good, thank you.
Sorry.
So let's.
Botany episode.
I want to wrap this up, and I want to talk about.
like a fig tree.
Yes, I want to wrap this up like a fig tree,
Thanks, Matt.
and I want to talk about very briefly your business venture, your newest business venture that you're starting.
Oh, absolutely. So me and 2 other empowered business women of the 90s,
Shoulder pads found.
shoulder pads ready to go, working girl realness. We started our own little starter company. We call ourselves And Such because it all started trying to get rid of such. Such can be anything. It's things that just accumulate that maybe like you collected for a period of time, and now like you're like John and Danielle, and you have a mountain of pop figures sitting right behind me. You know, maybe you want to hawk them someday. You never know. But yeah, we just basically we go to estate sales. We look for vintage items and even just things around our home, and we've ventured out onto the gram, onto Etsy, onto eBay, just to unload such that is, I said it before. It is just stuff, and at a certain point, you have to say like, I love this stuff, but if you love something, you let it go.
I like that. I like that. So where can you be reached at said
You
business?
could definitely follow us on Instagram at and such, and you'll find links there to our Etsy and to our eBay account if you'd like to check us out.
Awesome. I definitely think people should do that because I think so many people have a lot of stuff that they want to get rid of that they think is like
And maybe we want your stuff. You
one
know,
man's trash is another man's shoulder pads.
garbage.
One man's trash is another man's trash.
Well, that should be your logo.
Yeah.
No, Matt does have, but you guys do sell cool stuff. It's very cool,
Yeah.
vintagey stuff. It's not all.
No,
crap.
no. It's that junk. We definitely we just went to an estate sale that was like wild, and like we were bidding on stuff. We maybe like spent $100, and we ended up with like a carload of shit. And there was this one lamp that literally we like the picture of it. We looked at the picture and we were like, oh my god, that's a cute lamp. I'll spend $5 on that lamp. We got into the house. The lamp was 4 feet high. Like that's not a table lamp. That's a lamp. Like that's not,
right.
like. But in the picture, it looks so cute. I was
It's
like,
a
oh, if we
stadium light.
clean it up, like we're like, and now we're like stuck with this enormous fucking lamp. And it's like that homeowner knew what the fuck they were doing. They were like, there's no way anyone's gonna give us $1 for this lamp if we don't make it look like it's a miniature regular size lamp.
Right.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Danielle, you need a lamp?
Yeah.
I want to see a picture of it.
Yeah, maybe
well-
we want it.
Yeah, there you go. You can have it.
How much is that lamp for the listeners?
That lamp, if you take it out of my shed, I will drop it off on your stoop for you. That's how much. It's a 4-foot high lamp.
Wow.
That's
Tom
business.
likes it.
Tom, I think that's Tom's way of saying you want the lamp.
You want that?
Where am I putting it in my ass?
I mean, nobody's going to ask you what you're going to do with it after you pick it up.
Have you ever considered making like a YouTube page or something or a website where you give little like 1 minute botany, plant care, ridiculous tips.
I was talking about that with John on the way here.
I think you should.
I think we should start.
I think a lot of people don't know what to do with plants.
I don't know. But you know what, too?
No, you do know. That's the
of
point.
course. But you know what? I don't know how to, like, film shit. Like, I don't know anything about that.
You buy a tripod and you press play and just do it.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how any of that works, Danielle. Can you come over to my house?
No,
I'll
we
give you
can't
a
help you.
tripod.
Sorry, we don't know how to do that. Sorry, we can't help you.
No, I think you should do that, and I think we're gonna put it up on Instagram. And if you want Matt,
Yeah.
to start a channel about
absolutely.
botany,
Which we are 100% going to call the Anxious Gardener.
The anxious gardener. But you can, or Ava Gardner. You can, but yeah, I mean, seriously, I get so many plant questions, even just direct message to me all the time. If you have a question, please send it to me. I have no.
How can they get in touch with you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Matthew Smilardi.
all right,
Okay.
very good.
Party.
Party Smilardi.
Ain't no party like a Smilardi party, because Smilardi party get lit.
That's it. Woo! Matt, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for drinking all the leftover beer in my fridge.
Is there not more beer? Is that where you're kicking me off?
No. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for doing this, and I hope a lot of people will start to care more about their indoor plants, house plants, outside lawns, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can help them out with that. You've helped me. You've helped Frank. You've helped a lot of people. And I think you'll continue to do so. And I want to thank you for coming and sharing your expertise with us and opening up to us about everything you.
Yeah.
So one of the first guests
guys.
we've had where it's really less specific directionally and more about the person.
Just very haphazard, hodgepodge Christmas realness.
That's
Yeah.
what Christmas is all about.
And I just want to thank Matt for encouraging me to buy a fake Christmas tree.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
I know now without a shadow of a doubt I need it. Thanks, Matt.
You've been listening to the Nothing Podcast with Nobody Important, a cool side production, hosted by John Panepinto and Frank Caiati, with contributors Matt Hunt, Joe Hagopian, and me, Danielle Rose-Fisher, and engineered by Tom Zaccheo. Find us online at nothing-podcast.com, and be sure to rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are distributed.